Hi everyone, it's me, Ellie. Thank you for watching this video. Today I wanted to share with you my updated Ancestry results on 23andme. As of August 2018, it appears 23andme has added some new regions to the results, particularly in Asia and Africa. And I wanted to talk about my new updated results. I did happen to keep my old results, the screenshot of it on my phone, thankfully, so I could make so this video was possible. And unfortunately, there does not seem to be a way to compare the old results with the new results if you do not save them via screenshot or print them off or whatever. So I wanted to start off with my updated European category. This actually went down some. On my old results, my European results were at 86.8%, whereas on my new results, they are sitting at 85% even. My British and Irish category went down from 17.7% to 13.5%. My French and German is pretty much the same, at going from 12.4% to 12.5%. My Italian went from 8.1% to 10.6%. My Eastern European category, which still lists Poland underneath it for both old and new results, this category has jumped up from 6.1% to 7.7%. For my Balkan category, this went down a little bit. It went down from 4.1% to 1.2%. Either way, the country in the Balkan region has not been specified. As for my Iberian results, this also went up from 3.1% to 5.8%. My Ashkenazi Jewish on both new and old results sits at 0.2%. And now I actually have a whole new category that did not pop up on my old results in my European category, which was interesting. I have Scandinavian at 0.2%. And then on my old results, of course, I didn't even have any Scandinavian. So this was interesting. I suspect this comes from my paternal side of the family on my dad, specifically from my paternal grandfather. Broadly Northwestern European. This category actually bumped up from 15.7% to an even 18%. My broadly South European category went down 2.5%, while my Italian went up 2.5% as well. My broadly South European went from 12.9% to 10.4%. I also suspect that the part of my British and Irish results went into my broadly Northwestern European category. I'm not sure where the rest of it could have gone, perhaps into my unassigned, which increased, which I'll talk about a little bit later. Or possibly Scandinavian, I'm not really sure. Anyways, so my South Asian results, the only thing that has changed is the percentage. It went from 6.3% to 6 even. Still says broadly South Asian, which is kind of would have liked more specification, even though it's all the Indian subcontinent regardless, and I'm pretty sure it will pop up as India when this category finally updates. So my East Asian and North and Native American ancestry results actually went up from 5.3 to 6.1%. And now this section here is actually the one that changed up a whole lot. Not just increased, but also the categories changed their names. On the old results, I have Southeast Asian at 1.9%. On the new results, however, This category seems to have changed to Indonesian, Thai, Khmer, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, I think it's Khmer, and Myanmar. Myanmar used to be called Burma, but it changed to Myanmar. This category sits at 3.0% now, instead of 1.9. On my old results, I had a Chinese category at 1.7%. On my new results, however, it's called broadly Chinese and Southeast Asian at 2.2% on my new results. So that category seems to have bumped up a little bit, perhaps. My old results have a simply broadly East Asian category at 1.0%. My new results, however, have a slightly different category, a broadly North Asian and Native American result which is at 0.2%. And then on my old results and the new results, the broadly East Asian and Native American category remains the same at 0.7%. So you saw that there's some pretty significant changes to the names of the categories in the East Asian region. And my percentages also happen to have changed a good bit, I've noticed. And now I have a whole new category that's also an Asian category. I now have a West Asian and North African category, which is at 1.1%. My West Asian is at 1% even. I wonder if some of my South Asian is being misclassified here or what's going on here, but couldn't really tell you there. And then I have a broadly West Asian and North African category, which is at 0.1%. Now, something of interest I should notate here is that two of my cousins on my paternal side of the family, they're the daughters of my dad's older sister, one of my dad's older sisters anyway. They both previously had a Middle Eastern category, which I did not. They both have the broadly West Asian and North African around 0.4% each, whereas I have it at 0.1%. I suspect that based on their maternal haplogroup, which is H2A1, I believe, which I read peaks in Saudi Arabia, I suspect that possibly somebody from this region made their way to Italy, which is where my paternal grandmother's family comes from for the most part. Now, my Sub-Saharan category is both on both old and new results. It sits at 0.1%. On my old results, it was called broadly Sub-Saharan African, but on my new results, they actually narrowed down the region a good bit at 0.1%, which is impressive. And on my new results, this category is now called Senegambian and Guinean, which is found in West Africa. And which my grandmother's results, which have not updated yet, she does have some African ancestry from the west side. My two cousins on my dad's side both tested at 0% for Sub-Saharan African, so it does not come from that side. And my maternal grandfather's family, both of my great-grandparents actually come from London, England, and they came over after slaves were freed. So it seems that my African ancestry does indeed come from my grandmother. As to whether it's the result of some migrating out of Africa into India, or if this was from another slave trade that happened over there, I couldn't really tell you, because I knew nothing about this part of my ancestry. I'm a little bit surprised that I did not get more Sub-Saharan African in my results, although looking back at history, it does make sense since my family, my great-grandparents didn't really come to America until after slaves were freed, and they just haven't been over here for too many generations. And now my unassigned, this category actually went up. My old results are at 1.4% unassigned, whereas my new results say 1.8%. I was hoping that the unassigned would actually go down some, but instead it went up. I'm not really sure if some of my results that went down a good bit, someone made their way into the unassigned, or if this is more related to the Oceanian and South Asian connection. I noticed I had 1% Oceanian on my Genes for Good results I mentioned in my last video. And based on my readings, and also based on what commenters on my other video have said, people that are modern day Oceanians are said to have migrated out of Africa through Asia, Southeast Asia, and then eventually made their way into what we know as Oceania today, Micronesia, Polynesia, and all those. So that might be part of where my unassigned comes into play, which is what I do suspect. Well, I can't really prove that right now until time tells more, I suppose. I am a little bit surprised that at 0.1% my Sub-Saharan African ancestry was narrowed down to a more specific region, whereas my South Asian ancestry still does not get any more specific than broadly South Asian. I was hoping for this to change, and I'm sure that other people who have South Asian ancestry were hoping to see this updated, but it has not yet, as of September 16th, 2018, for me anyways. Now, I was going to upload my results to GenCove or see if anything changed with the new data results on 23andme, but unfortunately, as of I believe June 2018, no one can upload data onto GenCove anymore. And just so you know, if you happen to have uploaded your results to GenCove, you'll have, I think, a year to download your results, which, you know, they mostly download the image map that they provided for you. You have about a year to download that, and eventually that will no longer be available on GenCove. So I wanted to share that tidbit with you. If you were interested in doing GenCove to identify perhaps Central Asian DNA like I was, can't do that anymore. I did want to note too, however, that MyHeritage now accepts the V5 chip for 23andme results. And I think they might be able to accept the newer Ancestry.com results now too. I'm not really sure. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope you find my updated results to be interesting, as I did. Perhaps my results will change again. I strongly suggest my South Asian is going to say Indian, and I do agree with the commenters that suggested that my Asian ancestor does in fact come from East India, based on what I've read, and also based on my general results having a lot of Southeast Asian. I definitely do support that idea. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I plan on trying to make more videos, you guys. I'm sorry, as a parent of a young toddler and working full-time second shift, and I'm now attending online college to get my bachelor's degree, I have had my hands pretty full. Alright. Thank you. You all have a good evening. Bye.